Do you feel like you have to buy a ton of makeup in order for you to achieve beautiful results? Well, in this video, I am going to show you how you can achieve a beautiful full face of makeup without having to use a ton of makeup. Those are my 10 makeup essentials I feel like every woman should own if you are into makeup, of course. Hey girl, I'm Nessa. Welcome and welcome back to my channel where I review all the latest and hottest beauty products for you and then some. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for more videos like this. All right, so we are up close and personal and I'm about to get started. First thing I'm going to get started with is going to be my eyebrows. Your eye area is usually the first thing that people notice when they take a look at you, and that's why I feel like your eyebrows should always be done. And what I like to use to do my eyebrows is the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. And this is number 3.5. The undertone goes pretty well with me. So if you're looking for a recommendation, this is what I would suggest. Of course, there are tons of other products out there, but this is what usually works for me. And just so you know, everything that I'm going to be used today will be linked for you in the description box, just in case you are interested in picking them up. But let's get started with those eyebrows. And this process doesn't have to be complicated. You just want to make sure that whatever you're doing, it frames your face pretty well. And if you're just getting started, it may not be so easy to do it, but as time goes by, you start doing it, you keep doing it, you're going to get the practice and it will get easier. And also just keep in mind that if your eyebrows, both eyebrows don't look identical, it's okay. I don't think anybody has ever gotten the chance or has ever been able to get them to look identical. The say is that they don't have to be twins. They just have to be sisters. As long as you like what you see, what you have going on there, just move on. And the next step that I am going to be doing is cleaning that little area. I am going to be using my concealer. So the second thing that I feel like every woman should own in their makeup bag is going to be concealer. I am going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer right here. This is in the shade Light Medium. This is my go-to concealer. I always use it for whatever. It is more of a high-end concealer, but it does last you a long time, so it's a pretty good investment, I would say. If you have other concealers that you like, of course you can use it. I'm going to dab a little bit on my hand, and then I'm going to be using this brush from e.l.f. It's an eyeshadow brush. This works very well for me to clean my eyebrow area. So I'm going to dab just a little bit like this and then just clean it up. This process right here is just going to give you more definition in the eyebrow area. Again, you don't necessarily have to do it if you don't want to. Also, it gives you a little bit of highlight, if you guys can notice, in this area right here. So I'm pretty much going to do the same thing for the upper part and do the same thing for this eyebrow, and then I'll move on to the next step. It was actually pretty easy for me to do my eyebrows today. A lot of times it takes forever and I get super annoyed, but today was pretty easy. So usually I would move forward and do my eyeshadows, but I've been finding out lately when I do my face first, apply my foundation and all that good stuff, it actually takes me less time for me to complete my makeup. So I am going to go that route. If you've watched my previous makeup videos, I would usually start with my eyeshadow and then move on to doing my face. But today we are going to do it a little different. That takes us to the next essential item that I think every woman should own, which is a face primer. And I am going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you probably have seen me use this primer. And actually, most of the items that I'm using today are items that I've used before, because those are usually items that I reach out for even if I'm not filming. So if I'm going out or whatever, those are usually items that I have in my go-to makeup bag. So those are the ones that I'm going to be showing you, even if you've seen them before. The primer pretty much evens out your skin, and it allows for easy and smooth application of everything else, especially the foundation that you are going to put on your skin afterwards. And I'm actually running out of this primer. I guess I need to buy another one soon. Oh my God. So you want to make sure you apply this all over your face, everywhere that you are going to be applying your foundation, which is everywhere on your face. The only place I don't apply it is my eyelids. What I'll also do as well is use a little bit of setting powder. So a setting powder keeps your makeup looking good longer, and it keeps it all in place. In this case here, the setting powder is going to be useful for a few things. Right now, I am going to apply it right on top of my primer, because what it does is, if you have oily skin like I do, it's going to help control your oils a little bit longer before they start surfacing on top of your makeup. Anyways, I am going to apply this setting powder real quick, and you don't need a lot of it, just a little bit. And I'm really applying it in those little places where I get oily, which seems to be all of my face actually. Okay, so now that takes us to the very next item, which is pretty high up on the list of makeup essentials that I think every woman should own, and that's going to be foundation. And my recommendation, I've been using this foundation for a while. I love using it. This is one of my go-to foundations. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation from Urban Decay. Again, you've seen me use it multiple times on my channel because this is a foundation that I usually reach for even if I'm not filming. What the foundation does, it creates a blank and uniform canvas for everything else that you're going to put on your face. The foundation evens out your skin, and it's a great way for you to hide any imperfections that you actually have in your skin, like hyperpigmentation. I have a whole lot of it, so I am going to apply this on my face, and I am going to be using my beauty blender. This is a little dirty because I've used it. Don't judge me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all? Okay, I think we're looking good. So we are going to move on to highlighting, and I'm going to be using the same concealer that you saw me use before. So this is really a multi-purpose concealer. I used it to clean my eyebrow area. It gave me a little bit of highlight, and I'm going to use this for highlight over here as well. And again, that's why I feel like having a concealer is one of the top 10 makeup essentials that any woman should own, because it serves many purposes. You can use it to hide dark circles, large pores, blemishes. For some, a little concealer is all they need. You don't really need to do foundation or anything like that. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. But right now, I am going to be using it to highlight my under eye area, my forehead, and that's all the highlighting I'm going to be doing today, because we are keeping this makeup application pretty simple. I'm going to start with this brush right here. This is from Sephora. Then I'll go back to the beauty blender so I can finish up everything. And just in case you're following the same steps that I am doing right here, you can even work up the concealer to your eye so it can serve as a base for your eyeshadows when you're ready to do that. This is optional, you don't have to, but I do find that it works pretty well when I do it that way. So now I am going to go back to my setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier setting powder. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. So right now we are going to use the setting powder so we can set all the areas that we just highlighted: under eye, forehead, and a little bit of the chin, which is not a whole lot. And I am going to be using the same brush that I used earlier, if I can find it. Here it is. This one is a Morphe brush. This is the E3. And since I worked the concealer up my eyelid, I am going to set that area as well. All right, so now that we are all set, I know that this is not gonna go anywhere. I am going to move on and add some dimension to my face, and I'm going to be using a bronzer. I don't know what number it is that we're on right now, but this is another makeup essential that I feel like every woman should own. I love using the Hoola from Benefit Cosmetics. I have used this, probably the only bronzer that I've used, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, a bronzer adds dimension to your face. If you're not really into contouring, you don't really know how to do it, you can use a bronzer and I think you'll be just fine. It will add a little bit of glow and gives a little bit of light as well. So for this application, I'm going to be using a Morphe E4 brush for my bronzer, and I'm going to just dab it in here, shake off the excess, and here we go. We've used so far 6 out of the 10 items, 10 makeup essentials that I think every woman should have. So we are going to move on to the rest of the face. So now I am going to go back and complete my eyes. One of my favorite parts of doing my makeup is actually applying my eyeshadows. I feel like eyeshadow can take your look from blah to being amazing. And you don't really need a lot of palettes. I know sometimes we tend to go crazy and buy a whole lot. You really need something that's neutral, and maybe have a huge palette that has different colors in there, or if you're just getting started, go with a neutral palette so that if you mess up, it will be a little bit easier for you to clean it up and start over. One of my favorite palettes is one of the Fenty Beauty. This is the number 3 of the Snap Shadow palettes. This one is called 3 Deep Neutrals, and those are the shades that we have in here. I again will have everything linked for you if you want to pick out any of the items that I'm using today. I'm going to be using a Sigma brush. This is a tapered blending brush. It is number E35, and I am going to go to this brown shade right here. It is called Nudie Booty. Nudie Booty, I think so. Yeah, it's called Nudie Booty. This is going to be my transition shade. Okay, so my camera stopped recording. I really don't know when it did. I'm hoping it wasn't too far off because I would hate to have to refilm this video. Anyways, I'm just going to continue where I noticed that it stopped, or at least I think I noticed. I'm going to remove the excess powder and the fallouts from my under eye area right here. So now I am going to move on to number 8 essential item. This item deserves a spot in this countdown, and this is going to be mascara. This is the Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefits. A mascara for me is high up on the list of makeup essentials because one coat of a good mascara can change your entire look. It can elevate the entire look. And for me, sometimes I don't even put on any eyeshadows. I just go with my mascara, top and bottom lashes, and I'm good to go. I love this mascara right here because it is volumizing, and the one is small enough to fit within my very difficult curly lashes. And if you are somebody who does not know how to apply false lashes or does not like to apply false lashes, a very good volumizing mascara will do the trick for you. Alrighty, y'all, so we are almost done. We're moving on to number 9 on the list, which is your setting spray. Your setting spray is the ultimate makeup essential. It keeps your makeup from moving, and it keeps your makeup looking good longer. And especially if you have oily skin like me, you definitely want to make sure that you do not skip this part of your makeup. And did I say that it brings everything together? Now, one of my favorite setting spray is the D-Slick from Urban Decay. It is an oil control setting spray. It says that it lasts up to 16 hours. Now, I probably should have done this before I applied my mascara, but I totally forgot. So I am going to apply it the best that I can and hopefully keep that mascara from running. And that brings us to the very last item, which to me is a combo. It's going to be a lip liner and a gloss. I feel like every woman should own a very good lip gloss because it adds shine, it adds moisture, and it can even add volume depending on which lip gloss that you are using. I love this lip gloss right here from Milani. It is the Prismatic Peach. Number 3, lip gloss. And I love to pair this with my MAC lip pencil. This is in the shade Half Red. This is one of my favorite lip combinations that I love doing. So that's why number 10 is a combo. Again, everything is going to be listed down here for you if you want to get any of the items that I mentioned here today. I'm going to do the lips and I will come back so we can conclude this video. So I went ahead and changed my lip liner to Cork. This is from MAC as well. This is a brown color and I feel like it matches my eyeshadow a lot better than the Half Red that I used earlier, but it is still paired with the Milani lip gloss that I showed you earlier. Alrighty guys, so I went ahead and changed my shirt, but it's not really showing. I don't really know why I did that. Yes, I am wearing a shirt under this, but whatever. Anyways, this is the final look. This is the final product, and this looks pretty good. You guys let me know what you think. But again, I only used 10 makeup items to get this done. Nothing complicated. It did not take a long time. So if you've been wondering if you really need to buy everything that's out there in order for you to have a very successful makeup look, my answer is no. I just shared with you my 10 makeup essentials that I feel like every woman should own. Yours may be different. I would definitely love to hear from you. What are your makeup essentials? So please leave them for me in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this look. Do you like it? And if you have any questions, any comments, any video suggestions, or you just want to say hi, go ahead and leave them for me in the comment section down below. I love to hear from you guys and I answer to all my comments. Again, all the items that I used today are going to be linked for you in the description box down below. So if you would like to pick any of them up, feel free to check the description box. If you want to see more content from me, more makeup videos, or even natural hair videos, I have a ton on the channel. I will leave some suggestions for you right here on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe and also ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. I will catch you in the next one.